Thanks so much for joining us again. I'm here today with Lauren Foy with A&L Complete Accounting Services. We've had a few months break without any Connect episodes, and so what better way to jump in than to jump in with a newer member? You had your ribbon cutting in December
5th.
But before we jump real far in, tell me a little bit about you and who you are.
I moved to Holdrege kind of in an emergency in 1999. I was kind of a mess and was found in a cornfield. Some friends from here that I had just moved here, they helped me find myself, get established, find some work, find some friends. I was actually just passing through when that accident happened. And so I've been here 26 years later and have been married for 15 years. He does flooring around here. And I found a need for accounting. We lost several CPAs in the last couple of years. And I had started to go to school for business because I really wanted to get a college degree. Plus, my husband's a little older and, he needs to kind of slow down a little bit.
Sure.
So I thought, what better way? And when I found that we needed some accounting work in Holdrege, I switched from business to accounting and opened up last year and had a great first year. I didn't get rich, but I sure got established.
Yeah,
so
that's
surely
amazing.
Got established.
Tell me a little bit about the journey to opening the doors. I know that was a long journey for you.
Yes.
You found an immaculate space.
I
don't know if you
love
guys
this
can
office. Yes.
see it behind me. One of the fun things I love looking for when I come in, just selfishly, are Ethan's Legos.
Yes.
For those that don't know, Lauren's son Ethan is a Lego master, and I'll probably get some video behind us here before I leave so you can see a little bit of it. But as a Lego enthusiast myself, that's one of my favorite things. The first time I came here, he was here and he said, "Hey, do you want to play some pool with me?" And I think that's so cool. We talked a little bit about, before the camera started rolling, we talked a little bit about this being kind of a safe place for Ethan and his friends. And so tell me a little bit about the journey to get to this building.
Well, we had looked at some offices, and as much as I like downtown, I wanted some place a little bit closer to home.
Sure.
Ethan is autistic. He's very high functioning, but at losing a child once already, I'm kind of protective of my last one. I had Ethan when I was 40, and Rob and I are older parents. I have grandkids that are almost his age. But, having him in a community like this, I just give all the credit in the world to the school system, to the girls at the elementary school, to the Mr. Hanukkah and the people at the middle school. One of the best public systems I have ever run across.
I agree.
Ever. And I've lived in 11 different states. I've left Holdrege twice and thought San Antonio my home might have, but I wasn't happy there. I was happy here.
Yeah.
So I've come back and, doing business at Central Community College. My college advisor is also my friend and one of my clients I used to clean for. She had pushed me, and now I have a business degree and almost an accounting degree, and was very happy when I found this office. It's right up the street from my house, and I have a parking lot.
It's a great parking lot. It's really good.
Which is something downtown's a little lacking of. But other than that, I am thrilled with the office.
Yeah.
I took part of my hospitality management degree and kind of incorporated it with my accounting. There's always coffee. I have a fridge of drinks. If it's hot, I've got cold water to offer my guests, which they take quite often.
Yeah.
And usually some snacks for the kids. I have up to 6, 7, 13-year-olds that love to come hang out and play games in the afternoon. I have a Wii U, a GameCube. I've got, just some things to do.
We've got a light bright back here.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It's the coolest.
I really enjoyed making this a comfortable place to be.
Yeah.
Because taxes and money situations are stressful. You know, I
Yes.
can do budgeting, I can do taxes, I can do accounting, payroll, any of that stuff. But anytime you're talking about money, people tense up a little bit. You know,
absolutely.
I want them to walk in and I always get, hey, it smells nice in here.
It does.
Hey, it looks comfortable. These are old couches, but it's okay
Yeah.
because the boys get to hang out and, and I have people that they feel at ease as soon as they walk in. And I did get that a lot this first year.
That's amazing.
People were instantly at ease when they walked in.
Well, it's the truth.
And then they see me and I'm loud and boisterous and, but I'm always friendly and always helpful. So
It's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, even this morning, I've been here maybe an hour before we even start shooting because I just love coming in here and having conversation. It's
Sure.
a very personable space.
Yes.
And I think it works perfectly with your personality to come
Thank
out, and it's just amazing. Tell me about any obstacles, anything that was hard, maybe before you got the building or even from the building opening to now.
Actually, that part of it wasn't too terrible.
that's
We
great.
threw some paint on here. I shampooed the carpets. Again, my husband does floors, so that's not a problem. But that part of it was easy. The hard part was I hadn't been around computers in quite a while. I'd been waiting tables or cutting trees or something like that. And when I first started school, I couldn't copy and paste.
Yep.
And when I opened up Excel and that was going to be my forte, I thought I was opening up the human brain. I was like, I'm never going to learn this at 50. And I can do pivot tables and solvers and this. I still can't upload a photo very well.
Sure.
But, that's not the point. I've learned so much from that journey. Being out of school for 33 years and then picking up this, that was the hardest part.
Yeah.
And one of my girlfriends whose kids are in the Scouts with me, she's a lot younger. She got her RN in 3 years. And if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have finished school because she helped me with a lot of the technical stuff.
That's amazing.
Brandy Jorgensen, she works nights up at the hospital.
Sure.
And loves her job there. But I really, the community came together and they have been my bosses, my clients that I clean for. Everybody has been backing me up. And they're all so proud of me. I've come a long way since
Yes, you
I
have.
first moved here.
I love it.
Yeah.
Even I don't know much about your journey before you opened the doors.
Sure.
We had a little bit of a couple of meetings before that, but
Yep.
truthfully, just seeing since then has been it's just tremendous. I think it's great. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Are there any things that you've learned? Maybe some insights you have now that you didn't when you started?
Yes. College was great, but a lot of times classes, and people know this that have taken college, they tend to rush through stuff. They kind of, okay, you got to know this much and you got to know it by this time. My first year of doing taxes, I learned way more just sitting down and doing them than I did in school. And the experience has taught me I'm flying through spreadsheets now. So, and they're very neat and blah, blah, blah. I did some work for some friends I used to clean for who took over a conservatorship. And I did a year accounting for them just this last month. And like I said, I've gotten really good at what I do and a lot more confident, So, just learning as I go. And taxes, everything's changing all the time.
Sure.
I've already had some continuing education under my belt this year because I have to have so many hours of that.
Sure.
And I am now accredited with the BBB, so I'm proud of that. And that was important because of the subject that I do.
Yeah.
You've got to have that trust.
Yes.
Just like cleaning houses, you've got to be able to trust who you're doing, is doing the work for you.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, is trust.
I agree.
And I do have that in this town.
Yes.
Yes, people do trust me.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So let's say I am Joe Schmo on the street and I'd like to utilize your services. How should I start?
Well, I do have a website, A&L wonderful. You can make appointments on there. I have my phone number out on the store. I'm all over town usually, but I'm usually here somewhere between 9 and 10. Sometimes I work nights, so I'm a little late getting here in the morning.
Sure.
But with all of my jobs, people understand. I always have a note on the door. I always have a time that I'm going to be back. My hours are always posted. And I have a wonderful neighbor that we keep, if somebody is not here, you can always go around to the leather guy and to Ken and let him know.
Yeah.
He'll take messages, and I'll do the same for him. So,
can you speak on a little bit of that? You talked a little bit before we started recording about the what community means to you here. And I know that you and Ken work really well together as two separate businesses. Can you speak a little bit on that?
Yeah, we are neighbors. I do some book work for him, and we share some of the utilities, in the building. We get along very, very well. He and I open the doors about the same time.
Yeah.
And every time I'm out talking about my business, I always mention his, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's just we support each other, as well. And C&D's as well, 308 Bakery, all of the friends that have helped me get here, I absolutely work well with everybody. And I have found a real sense of community here.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy Holdrege.
Yeah.
Yes. I really do. The people, the weather, no. I still don't like the winter. I still am scared of tornadoes.
Sure.
But other than that, the pros way outweigh the cons.
Absolutely. We could deal with a little bit of weather.
Yes.
So what's next for A&L Complete Accounting? What do you have planned for the future?
I expect probably to get a lot busier this year with this tax season. Probably we'll have to take somebody on to help with phone calls and appointments and stuff like that.
Yep.
I am doing a little bit more in school. I'm going to finish my associate's degree. I might take a year off, I might not. I am going to Bellevue in Omaha to finish my CPA. I have argued with myself about this. Maybe put off the CPA until later and keep my prices lower so that more people can afford me.
Sure.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. I'd rather take care of the people. And you take care of people just like when I was running the hotel. You take care of your employees, they take care of you.
That's exactly
You take
right.
care of your customers, they take care of you. So I'm not out to get rich.
Yeah.
That's what my other two jobs are for.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Hopefully I can keep this up for a while.
Yeah. No,
But
that's
I
great.
enjoy working. I'm Gen X. I've had a job since I was 14. So and always, I have never ever been out of work unless I was given birth. So
Sure.
other than that, I'm a workaholic.
Yeah.
So I love working.
I think giving birth is one of those times you can take some days
Yeah.
off. That makes a lot of sense. One of my favorite parts of this podcast, and it's funny because I say it like this every single time, but my favorite part of this podcast is this last question.
Okay.
And it's a piece of advice. What's one piece of advice that you might want to leave someone? It can be life advice. It can be parenting advice. It can be advice for someone maybe wanting to start that journey of opening their own business. Do you have any words of encouragement or advice for our listeners?
Don't think that it's ever too late. I started college at 50 years old. Been out of school for 33 years. That's a big step. Hadn't been around computers, I wasn't familiar with that kind of stuff. My printer and I have a very combative relationship.
Same. I don't think I think that's across the board.
I'm yelling at the computer a lot. However, my advice is, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and, a little bit less judging in the world and a little bit more inclusion.
I love that. We've talked about how people can find you if you want to get a hold of Lauren or A&L in general. The number's on the door. you can go to, is it A&L Complete Accounting Services.com? Okay.
Yeah, A&LCompleteAccounting.com.
.com.
I'm going to have that somewhere. I'm going to have Dustin fix the sign.
There you go.
At some point. Or you can call me. You can even run me down at Bruce's Furniture. My husband does contracting for there.
That's amazing.
And yeah, we're all over the place. So
That's great.
if you... Yeah.
Or they can stop in the door and say hi in person.
118 West 11th Avenue. I'm right down from Fulmer's.
One thing I want to say before we end the podcast here is a special thank you to 308 Bakery. You guys didn't get to see us eat this.
Thanks, Whitney.
Yeah, thank you so much. You didn't get to see us eat this on camera because the last time I ate on camera, there was chocolate on my tooth the whole episode. So we're going to cut cameras before we enjoy these. But thank you so much, Whitney. Thank you so much, Lauren, for letting me sit down
Adam.
and pick your brain. Come out here and if you have any accounting needs, any needs at all, stop in and talk to Lauren. Even if you can't help someone you've mentioned, you'll point them in the right direction.
Yes.
There's a lot of friendly competition in this town, and I think that our community does a really good job of working together to make sure that the community has the best services.
Yes,
and so
absolutely.
Appreciate you so much. Thanks so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you.